Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 30, Flirty, and Not Thriving. My name is Vanessa Rayne, and this is my lovely co host, Miss Ashley Hoffman.
Hi.
And for this episode, we wanted to talk about some some weird fucking drama that's been
Dra-
happening with, uh,
Unnecessary drama.
really stupid,
Oh yeah.
with Halsey recreating or making her own little twist on a song that Britney Spears did called Lucky.
hmm
And Britney did not take this too well. She I saw part of the video and I was like, oh, that's cute that she's doing a little rendition, and obviously very Halsey-ified.
Yeah.
Um, I really liked it, and then I seen this little post going viral of Britney Spears, and it says, for obvious reasons, I'm very upset about the Halsey video. I feel harassed, violated, and bullied. I didn't know an artist like her and someone I looked up to and admired would illustrate me in such an ignorant way by tailoring me as a superficial pop star with no heart or concern at all. I have my own health problems, which is why I took down my IG account yesterday. I will definitely be putting it back up to show I care in big letters. I'm speaking with my lawyers today to see what can be done about this matter. It feels illegal and downright cruel.
I
See, okay, obviously you can tell how I feel about that because I can't
oh
even get
yeah.
through the thing without laughing
She took it too much to heart, which I understand because in
because it's her song, right? So
right and
she immediately thought it was,
mocking her,
yeah,
and it
and
wasn't.
absolutely not. And after watching it myself, because I was like, wait, what the hell just happened? I was like,
Right.
how in the world is she getting so upset right now? Because what I seen wasn't mocking Britney at all, and what
No.
has actually like come out is it's just talking about pop stars in general, and obviously
Oh,
Britney is one of
absolutely.
the biggest pop stars and
hmm
like kind of shaped the whole thing, like uh, obviously is paying tribute, and that's how I seen it, was just paying tribute and not in a bad way at all. But Britney,
No.
man, she clearly does have not even just mental health issues, and obviously
Oh,
we've seen
absolutely.
Britney throughout the years. Like, who can forget 2007 Britney, right?
I know how she feels now.
I know.
I know. I
Sometimes
know,
I'm just
girly
too
pop.
close.
We
I'm just a
know.
little
Disclose.
too close to going into 2007 Britney. Yeah, I've had my '07 Britney moments for freaking sure.
Oh, we all have.
Absolutely, and she's just so iconic, and obviously Britney doesn't realize how iconic she is sometimes, because
Oh yeah.
that to me was nowhere near harassing. She did end up taking down her post
hmm
and kind of like retracted her statement a little. She didn't like officially write anything out, but she was just like, "Oops, my bad."
My bad. And like, I understand where she thought it was mocking, but it wasn't mocking her. It was mocking. It was mocking Hollywood
The
and
industry in
the
general.
industry in general. Um, that it's so stupid that, like,
Well, it's
yeah.
kind of like when Pink, was it, just like a pill or something with
Uh,
her, the song where or what song was that where
so
she's,
what? I'm still a rock star. Like,
oh,
is
where
it that
she's
one?
talking about
I got my rock moves. That's the
oh,
one that pops
fuck,
into my head.
no, where I want to say it's just a pill. Let me just look up the lyrics to Just a Pill. Um, oh, just that's not spelling pill. Um, it's talking about Britney. Um, that's not the
Yep.
song. What is the other song? Do you
I'm
fuck?
looking. Stupid girls.
Is it
That's what I'm thinking.
Stupid
Stupid
Girls
girl.
lyrics?
Maybe if I act like that, that guy will call me back. Porno paparazzi girls. I don't want to be a stupid girl. Um. Oh yeah. What happened to the dream of a girl president? She's dancing in the video next to 50 Cent. They travel in packs of 2 and 3, with their itsy bitsy doggies and their teeny weeny tees.
That's still not the one
Uh,
I'm thinking about. I got to go to her albums. I want to say it's Misunderstood or Misunderstood, but I don't remember which song it is. Oh, hang
Uh,
on.
Irrelevant, was it?
No, it's Don't Let Me Get Me. It says, LA told me you'll be a pop star. All you have to change is everything you are. Tired of being compared to damn Britney Spears. So she's so pretty. That just ain't me.
Yeah.
um she even like says things like that's just like that's who you compare to, like being the ultimate pop star, you have to have a certain image.
Yes.
And that it does suck, and obviously it took a toll on like Britney herself and a lot of like pop stars that go like start at a young age like she did, because she did the Mickey Mouse Club
Yeah.
as well, right?
With
Even
Justin
Christina
Timberlake.
Aguilera for a little bit, she
Yeah.
kind of had her little thing. She's fantastic now.
Yeah,
She
because
obviously was one of the quicker.
you look at all the artists in that time. There was Britney Spears, there was Christina Aguilera, there was Pink, there obviously Madonna was still going strong. Um, God, the
Madonna
Christina.
just looks scary though.
I
It's
mean,
too much, too scary.
the only thing that comes to mind with Madonna is the VMA awards with Britney and Christina.
Oh, the infamous kiss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the infamous kiss.
Yeah, that stirred up a lot of shit.
Oh yeah.
Um
And then you look at women since then too, like Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift. And what do they all have in common? They're very tall, beautiful, blonde headed women.
Tiny. And
Well,
then like the things like people like Lizzo come in, but they still like shame her for her
oh
outfit
yeah.
choice. It wouldn't, like, I personally, if I was her size, I personally don't have the confidence enough to wear it. But if you do, please do, because
Yeah,
I
no,
love
I could
that.
never.
Um, but that's just like there's the ideal kind of weight and things, like the way you've got to look and present yourself. That is really hard to put on anyone, even young actors, things like
Hmm.
that. So like I understand Brittany having mental issues and immediately taking it poorly, but I think after a lot of talk, and especially with lawyers, like, hey, I don't think this is the case here, and she realized, like, oh, this statement was kind of made out of turn. I was a little sensitive. I guess she's just always expecting the worst, and I do, truthfully, I kind of would too, because she's had a lot of hate, and especially with like her Instagram. And I'll be one of those like slight haters, because like some of the shit she posts is just weird. The weird dancing. She's
Yeah.
always done that though. That's the thing. She's always just been dancing. Now it just looks a little weird because she's a little more haggard looking. Like she
Yeah.
doesn't look awful, but like she definitely has aged. She is definitely like the smoking that she's done her whole life, that's obviously taking a toll on her, like just the poor mental health, and you can
Hmm.
tell that it's did some damage to her. Even like Lindsay Lohan, it
Oh
definitely took
God.
a toll on her, but she's finally coming back, and there's coming out with Freaky Friday 2. I am
Yeah.
so fucking
I'm so
excited. So
excited.
good.
Oh my God. That movie is iconic.
I am so fucking excited just knowing that Chad Michael Murray is going to be in it, even though I've seen like previews and he looks a little weird. And it's
He
just like now going back as Jake, I'm like, oh,
so
so weird, but I can't help it.
the funny thing about Chad Michael Murray is he is from my town. He was born and
Shut
raised here.
up.
Yeah,
I would have
that's
died. He was my
right.
crush.
Oh, mine too. I've never met the man.
I would die.
um,
I would be trying to find him.
but seeing him on the big screen, and now that he's much older, like his facial features are showing that he's
Yes,
old.
well, he's aged.
Yeah.
He's not getting work done like fucking Zac Efron or
Oh
shit like
my
that.
God. Fucking sick.
That's just like a whole topic on its own, because like there's
Oh,
just so much conspiracy theories about like
that's an
he's
episode for another day.
yeah, that I don't even want to, that's a whole episode.
Yeah.
Um
But no, like I mean, he probably did have a little bit of facial work back in the day, because he looks like he got a little Botox done, but like
oh, absolutely. I
nothing.
think everyone's getting Botox, but he's still, you can tell like he's wrinkled, he's getting old, but he still
Yeah.
looks good. I'm not gonna lie, he still
Um.
looks good. Like I would probably still hyperventilate like meeting him. So
God, yes.
he's still great. I still love him. He's fantastic.
Oh
Um
God, he's 42.
Oh, nice. Actually, I
He's
thought he was going to be a little older than that. He's really
so
closer in age than I thought.
he's actually going to be 43. His birthday is next week.
Oh, shit. Well,
Uh,
happy early birthday.
the 24th. Happy birthday, Chad Michael Murray.
That is so crazy. Um,
So he'll be 43, and yeah, he is from Buffalo, New York.
that is so cool.
Yep.
I did not know that. The more you know.
Yeah.
Um,
There's very few people that have come from Buffalo, New York. The only two, well, yeah, well, there's three that I can name off the hand, and that is obviously the Goo Goo Dolls.
I didn't
Um,
know that either.
you didn't know the Goo Goo Dolls are from Buffalo?
No.
Oh
I feel like
God.
there was one more recently that I'd heard that is from Buffalo, but I have no idea who the fuck it was.
But yeah, Goo Goo Dolls and Chad Michael Murray are the most famous. Um, Nick Carter was born here, but moved to Florida when he was really young.
Oh, interesting.
And Cute is What We Aim For, one of the big pop punk bands during the Fall Out Boy 2006 era. They came from Buffalo.
Cool. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
The
That's cool shit.
more you know.
Yeah, just like two. But back to the topic at hand here. So Brittany Halsey, I thought the
Yes.
video was very cute. I think she did a great job. I love that song Lucky anyways.
Oh,
That was
absolutely. It's a
one of
great
like the
song.
top played for me, and especially like Britney's video. I still think she did a
Mhm.
great job. I
Yeah.
I still
I
think it's
mean,
so funny with Britney's reaction.
yeah.
Um,
She's very sensitive right now, and because she is finally coming of her own.
that's very
Um,
true. Like this conservatorship has been off and
for a year,
she's
only about a year now.
yeah. So it's
So
like she's finally being able to be a human.
yeah, and
And
she got a divorce again, unfortunately. So this is was this marriage number 4 or 3?
I have no idea at this point.
Because there was Sam,
But,
the recent divorce. There was Kevin Federline.
and then
There was
there's
that
one before that.
there was that guy she married in Vegas for 24 hours.
Dang.
I can't think of if there was another one or not. I mean, almost Justin.
How many? I'm Googling it.
I am too.
It says that J-Lo had. That's the first one. Has
Oh
Britney
God, oh, that's another one.
3 times. So
Okay,
Sam, Kevin, and then Jason. That was the one that tried to
Jason.
stop her wedding with Sam.
Yes, and
There's
he
been so much
was.
controversy with frickin' Britney all over
Yeah.
the
Oh God.
internet, people thinking that it's AI or someone pretending to be Britney and that
Yeah,
Britney needs help. So, that stuff just cracks me right up. I,
I do
it's my
believe.
favorite, one of my favorite conspiracy theories, though.
Yeah. Well, there was a conspiracy that she only married Sam because Sam forced her because he was hired by her father
Oh
before the
yeah,
conservatorship
yeah.
was um, dissolute, and that was his way of still controlling Brittany.
Mm, right, right, right.
And I do believe that to some extent that was true because I think her father knew that no judge was going to continue to allow him to have a conservatorship. It's been over 20 years.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane. That's a long time, man. That's really sad. I do feel really bad for Britney.
Hmm.
I I I'm just glad that she's away from that and I think she's currently single and just living life, trying to make a relationship with her kids
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
and so going off of this, there's been some drama with Kevin Federline. Damn
Yeah.
K-Fed. But
Okay,
I
fine.
guess there's no more child support, and that was a large chunk of his, income, and now
That
he's
was his
like fucking
sole.
struggling.
That was his sole income because the youngest is turning 18, I believe, next month.
That's crazy.
And from the rumors and stuff, she was paying him 400,000 just for the youngest a year. When both the kids, I think it was closer to $1 million a year for
That's
both
insane.
kids. Yeah. Well, you
That's
got
a
to
lot
think
of fucking money.
he hasn't worked since they divorced. He was a
Because why
backup
would he,
dancer.
right?
He was a backup dancer for her, which, I mean, being a dancer for any celebrity of that magnitude, that's good money.
Oh yeah,
That is,
absolutely.
you could talk to probably any of Taylor Swift's current dancers, and they're not making bank, but they
I
have
would
a
say they're pretty making
sustainable.
pretty good money. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I feel like
they
they're
have
taken care of.
they have a sustainable income. Um,
Absolutely. And I
and
think it's also depending on like who you get because I know Lizzo's backup dancers were like trying to sue her and shit. Like there was
yeah,
some drama there. So I think it really just depends on
it depends on the
the
artist.
artist. And so
Yeah,
I can imagine that even regardless they're making, decent money, but some of them would probably like to make more. And
and
that's
I believe she was also paying him spousal support
oh,
after the
guaranteed.
divorce. Yeah,
Guaranteed.
but I don't know how long that went on. So I I wouldn't be surprised if he was getting close to like 5 million a year from that
Oh,
woman.
absolutely. And now it's just like done. First of all,
It's gonna
I'm very
be
happy for her that
poof. She gets her money back. She finally gets a
gets her
chance
life
to
back. She gets to
have a
do
relationship with
things.
her kids.
I'm really excited to see if she's gonna do anything like in terms of like her career. Like what else is if she's
Yeah,
gonna come back with something and like be a smash hit. I hope
I
so. Like
hope
I hope
so.
that like she does do something along those lines.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
but also with
Especially
Britney, what?
especially with the drama currently with Justin Timberlake. That would be
That's not what
hilarious
I thought you were gonna say, but that was oh my god.
if she
This
would come out with a song or something that
like
had
going
something to do
off
with
of the
DUI.
yes,
That would be
because man,
hilarious. That would
that
be a
man has
moment.
put her through some shit like
Oh God, yeah.
that. I just that is still so sad. Like even her father and like people that she thought, loved her, like Justin
Hmm.
Timberlake, having to go through an abortion because he wasn't ready to become a dad yet.
Yeah.
That's just all very sad. And like even that song, uh, is it every time? Uh, I feel so small beneath my fuck. What is that song? Anyways, it was that song was written about the baby.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
really cute. So I just I feel bad for her in all ways because she was very much controlled, and it
Hmm.
does have to do with being a young pop star, and that's I think where Halsey was trying to get that message. Like it's not all that it's cracked up to be. Like there's obviously a lot
No.
of sacrifices you have to make, and those things are very hard. So the life of a pop star is not all what it's cracked up to be, and I think that's what she was trying to portray as well as what Britney was trying to.
Hmm. It's
Um,
funny because you think like Britney came out in it was like 98, 99, I believe, or was it earlier
yeah.
than that?
It's
Um,
about that time, yeah.
yeah, but at the time that she hit the charts, she was only
Yeah.
16 years old.
Yeah, she's a little tiny.
Yeah, when I saw her, I she was my first concert ever, and that was in 2000 or 2001. So she was barely legal at that time. I'd
That's
never even
crazy.
realized that. I thought she was already in her 20s at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's just crazy.
to think about it, like I mean, I was very young. I was 8 or 9 at the time. But
Yeah,
she wasn't that much older than me.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
because
she's gone through some shit.
there's only a 9-year age difference between us.
Mhm.
That's that. To think about that, oof, I'm old.
That's so crazy.
Fucking old.
Yeah. I genuinely feel so bad for her. I hope
Mhm.
more good things are to come for her. She deserves it after all this shit. Holy
Oh,
fuck.
absolutely. She deserves. I hope that she reclaims a lot of not only her life and everything, but her works, everything that she's done.
Mhm.
Um, because like she's capable of that. She has the money to do that,
Mhm.
and I don't know if her father still has a hand in it or not.
I
Um,
fucking hope not.
Right. But I know at one point, part of her residuals that you get when music is played and on the radio, or if it's used in a movie, he was receiving 20% of it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And it's like, I
I
understand,
know
like,
that
a
they have like their
producer.
own fees and things, but like,
Yeah.
dang, that's a lot of money.
You got to pay the producer gets residuals, the
Yeah.
record label. Like, there's like, but the last person was like Britney. So, like, I don't see how she made much off of her own music
Yeah, that's crazy. Maybe she'll do something like Taylor Swift did and have Britney's
and
version.
re-record. Yeah. Re-record Britney's Virgin.
God damn, girl. Britney
Oh
definitely ain't no virgin
yeah.
right
Oh,
now.
she ain't no virgin.
It's long
We
gone.
we already know Timber Dick took her virginity.
Fucking gross. He's disgusting. He's just fucking ramen noodle.
Ramen noodle head.
So
Uh,
there's also been, I guess, Ashley, I'm gonna hand this one off to you. There's been some like slight drama with this involving is it you tell.
oh yeah, it's with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Um,
What's the show called again?
it's the movie called It Ends with Us.
That's it. I was gonna say This Is Us, but that's a wrong show. That's why I was
Well,
like, you just say it. This is the wrong
I mean
show.
that's a very emotional show, and this is a very emotional movie, but little different. Um, it's based off of a book by Colleen Hoover, and its main focus is on DV, domestic violence, and abuse, and kind of your like first love type thing. Like, there is a little bit of romance, but its sole focus is on domestic violence and getting out of those types of relationships. And Blake decided to wear Britney's Versace dress from 2002 on the red carpet, which was kind of, I feel like it was distasteful, not only for the movie, but to Britney.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. I didn't even put the correlation, but you're
Yeah.
right.
It just, it's because Blake has just been, I went and saw the movie on Monday. The movie is very good. There was a lot, and with any book to movie adaptation, a lot's going to get cut. You only have a certain amount of time, and it was already a long movie. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh my goodness, that's a
It's
long movie.
it's a very long movie, and I feel like they still missed so much of the book.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, key points that should have been in there were not in there. And it definitely came down to the differences from Justin to Blake. And like people are saying,
Because
I
yeah,
guess,
there's been quite a bit of controversy over the
yeah.
different views, and especially as what from what I've seen
Yeah.
is that it seems as though Blake and Justin are promoting very different styles of movies. She's
Oh,
more doing
absolutely.
rom-com, and
Hmm.
then he's promoting the domestic violence. Even their Instagrams are, very
Hmm.
different. He's got,
The
domestic
DV
violence,
hotline.
like,
Yep.
yeah, the hotline, and she's got like something uppity, and it just doesn't make sense. I would also
No.
be very confused. Like, I know nothing about this book. I know nothing about the movie, but like if I were
Mhm.
to I would be very confused being like, "Hey, what is this about?" Because like you're telling me one thing, but he's telling me another, and you guys are supposed to be
Mhm.
like on this together. That doesn't make sense to me.
And there was very little dialogue, which confused me. Like, a, a big chunk of the movie, it was just dead silent. So, like, the comedy part that she's promoting, there not a single person laughed in that movie. There was nothing to laugh, even at like the little things that they thought were going to be funny were absolutely not funny. So it's what she kind of is doing is like very distasteful, and she's very tone deaf, and it definitely, she kind of took over, and I feel bad for Justin because he's the one that purchased the rights to the movie.
Right,
He bought
right. Yeah.
he owns the book now. Colleen Hoover no longer has rights to that book.
Yeah.
He
That's right.
purchased everything. Um I mean, she still gets residuals. It is her book,
Yeah,
but
obviously.
when you turn it into a movie, like, she's now very, very low on the totem pole.
Yeah.
Um and Blake kind of came in and was like, "Yeah, I'll take on this role," which, oh, that was not the role for her. It
Oh,
was
that's sad.
it She did a beautiful job, but they definitely needed a very younger actress.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sad.
she was just too old for the part.
Oh, that's really sad.
And I think people are realizing that she's still trying to live the Gossip Girl era.
She even in her daily like clothing and things she wears out is very much still Gossip Girl. I think she's very
Yeah.
much stuck in that time era,
Yeah.
because that's where she was most relevant. And I
Mhm.
hate to say that, but and like if it wasn't for her husband, Ryan Reynolds, she probably would have dropped off by now.
Oh, absolutely. He's the only thing keeping her relevant. And, well, Taylor Swift.
That too, yeah, because
Yeah.
you get some major points and major fandom when it comes to posing with frickin' Taylor Swift, man.
Yeah. And
But
there's very much a different, like, you look at Ryan Reynolds, not so much now, but even a couple of years ago, he still looks very young.
oh, absolutely.
And he can still play younger playing roles, where you look at her, she's had 4 kids. She's aging.
Well, she's got to
Y-
play like her own age now, and that's
yes.
as where
And that's
she's used to playing like teenagers.
you're right. And in the book, um the age of her character was 23, fresh out of college. And they did age up the characters in the movie,
Okay.
because the male lead, is a neurosurgeon, and he was 30 in the book. And there is no such thing as a 30-year-old neurosurgeon. That just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Um, so I understood aging up, but like her, she still should have been in her 20s, even if it was late 20s, because there was an age difference between her and, the female character and the male character of 10 years.
Okay.
So even if he's 40, she shouldn't be no older than 30. And Blake Lively is not 30.
No, she's not. I don't. How
No,
old is Blake?
she's older than I feel like she's around our age, but a little bit older.
Hang on. 36. Yeah,
Yeah,
see, she just looks like she could play her age, and that's the thing. I wouldn't put her in her 20s anymore because
no.
she's definitely matured. She looks great. She's
Oh,
looks phenomenal. I
absolutely.
would kill to look like Blake Lively,
Yeah,
but she definitely should not be playing 20-year-olds anymore.
no.
Um, and also like eh, just going as I'm looking at some promo things, remembering some of the TikToks that you sent me
Hmm.
that they even the premieres of this film they have not been seen together, they've not been photographed, the cast is unfollowed, you
Right
know.
now, they are in 2 different countries. I believe he is in Italy or Spain, and she was in Australia,
Okay, okay, okay.
which is insane because all the other casts, um, her, uh, Owen Hunt, for any of those Grey's Anatomy fans, Owen Hunt is in this movie.
Owen.
Owen, Blake Lively, the girl who plays her younger character, everybody else in this cast is with Blake. Even the
Mm.
author Colleen Hoover is with Blake, and not a single person other than the writer, the script writer, and I think a couple of the people that were on production have been seen with Justin.
Interesting.
And it's funny because some things have come out that, so this movie has been in production since 2020. Justin bought the rights in 2019. COVID hit, they had to stop. They actually had to recast a couple of times. Blake has been on it since the beginning, but they have had to recast multiple of the characters.
Oh, okay.
And during that time, there was that writer strike for 9 months, was it?
Oh, it was a very long time. Yeah.
Well, they were still filming, which was fine
Oh,
because the script was written before the writer's strike.
okay.
But it just came out a couple of days ago that Ryan Reynolds rewrote two of the scenes in the movie that were shot during the writer's strike. So
Oh.
now they're calling both Ryan and Blake scabs. So that hasn't been good.
Yes. Yeah, just after all this drama, I have no desire to go watch it. Um,
It's a good movie. I
and I feel
just
like a lot of people are gonna feel that way too.
yeah. I
Because I've
want to
heard a lot of
see
mixed things that they said there's two different versions. There was Justin's version and then there's Blake's version. And
and they
apparently
went with
Blake's version
Blake's.
isn't being received well.
No.
Um,
And that's the big
so now I'm
I want to
curious
see
to see what
Justin's
the fuck
version.
Justin had. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that he releases it. That would be such a petty move of his, and I understand why he doesn't want to because the movie is very female forward and it is a female story, so he doesn't want to oversight that. But I feel
Yeah.
like his version would be much more impactful than hers.
Yeah, I think she's still trying to make, sweeter things, nicer type things, and
Yeah.
because I feel like she doesn't have much diversity when it comes to her acting abilities. She can pretty much just play the same type of characters,
No.
even other ones that I've seen, like more serious films of her in it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I still keep picturing Serena,
Yep.
Serena Vanderwoodson, and I
Hmm.
feel like that's very going to be very hard when it happens to you and you're
Hmm.
just known for being one character. It's very hard to get into other things, especially outside of the genre,
Absolutely.
because she does like the rom-com shit very well.
Hmm.
But when she does think, I'm trying to think, what is it, Adelaide or Adeline or something, I wasn't a fan of that one.
Which I
um
didn't even realize this. I've seen the movie dozens of times. Did you have you seen Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants?
yeah.
I didn't
you didn't
realize
you
that was
didn't know that
Blake
was Blake?
Lively. No. And now I understand why I always hated that character in the movie but loved it in the book.
Yeah, it's yes, but that's the type of film that I think she does better in than doing
Yes.
something more serious because she can be that giddy, girly, fun, flirty little blonde moment
Hmm.
instead of, the more serious roles. I just don't think she does them as well. I think
No.
even with Ryan though, like her husband, he still can't get away from having things be silly, goofy. Like
Hmm.
even Deadpool, that is, I can't take it seriously as like a
No.
superhero because like
Not at all because it's I haven't seen it. I won't go see it. It's just I'm not into that type of
I'm not
stuff.
either, but I've seen the first one.
Yeah.
Even like doing with what he did Pokemon, the fucking Pikachu. I
I
couldn't I
just
couldn't take that seriously. I couldn't at all.
I just remember him from the movie Waiting, where he
Oh right,
is
the little
working at
server guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the movie's Still Waiting.
Yeah.
I just remember him from that and the movie that he did with Sandra Bullock, The Proposal.
Oh, see, I like that one. See, I think
I
she was
love
really
that.
good there. But that was
Yeah,
like the vibe. She loves that vibe too.
those three movies I love him in. Like he is very much comedic. He that is his strength. And I think
There
that's where like she does the
yeah,
romance really well and the giddy and like you said
cutesy
rom-com.
blonde. Yeah.
Yeah, and they can't do serious. They're not serious
No,
actors.
because even movies that I thought were gonna be serious, like as soon as he talks, you just know it's gonna be stupid and like
Yeah.
funny and put his own little Ryan twist on it. Um that's he has to do like the funny movies. Even like The Rock, he can't get away from being like the smolder.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every movie he does looks the exact same. I swear he's
um
still wearing the same costumes from every movie because he looks the
yeah,
exact same in all of them. It's the same character over and over. He couldn't do anything away from that because no one could take him seriously.
yeah. And so like to tie Blake back in with Brittany, so in the movie, she took the reins and decided that she was not going to use a costume artist. Mistake number one. And so her, Gigi Hadid, and Ryan decided to costume her. These outfits were so atrocious. They were so bad. I will send you a picture, but like, oh, they were so bad. They did not embark the character. They were just, they were, she was very much showing her money, how much money she had. She was wearing Louis Vuitton shoes. She had these $1 million purses. And then just like, I feel like they got um, a brand deal with Carhartt because there was a lot of Carhartt.
I'm looking at Google Images. She's
Yeah.
just trying to go like grown up Serena.
Yes. Exactly.
Grown up Serena,
Yeah.
because
So
that's
like,
the vibe I'm getting out of all of this. And it's also big and oversized.
yes.
Um,
Which
yeah, there's
I,
these in Carhartts and fucking red pumps.
yes. So
Red
like I
pumps.
understood why she wanted baggy because she did just have a baby at that point. So she was
Oh, okay.
very insecure about her postpartum body. But at the same time, it's like you gotta be, you're not embodying the actual character. You
Yeah.
were you were so far off from the character. You were just embodying yourself. And it's
Yeah,
not
that's
about you.
basically it. And that's I feel like that happens a lot. She
Oh
wants it
yeah.
to be about her, and then even having to be sneaky and bringing in her husband to help work on this and trying to
Yeah.
do a Barbenheimer kind of
Barbenheimer,
deal
yep.
with bringing in the Wolverine and Deadpool
Yep.
mixed in, right? I feel like that was a fail. That was a
Oh yeah.
weird mix. I don't know. Like I know that Barbie and Oppenheimer were like a weird mix too, but it still weirdly worked.
Yeah.
And I get the appeal trying to recreate that, but it just
It's
stop
gonna
trying to make
fall.
fetch happen.
You stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen Wieners.
It's not gonna happen.
I feel like
That's
she's the Gretchen. I feel like she's the Gretchen Wieners of the industry.
she really is.
Like, do you know who my father is? He made toaster strudel. Do you know who my husband is? He's Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my god, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Now she's actually Lady Deadpool now too.
yeah,
It's been
yeah.
confirmed about that. I was kind of more hoping it was Taylor Swift, to be honest.
But yeah, with her wearing Britney's dress, it gave off Kim K
I
vibes.
was gonna say, but at least she didn't fucking ruin the dress with her big ass.
Well, I mean, they did have to alter it because she is, I mean, she's 36. When Britney wore that dress, she was only 21 years old. She
Holy
was
shit.
probably a size 2. Blake Lively is not no size 2,
Not
especially
anymore
just
after
having a
three kids.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
So,
gorgeous. She looks great.
oh,
I
absolutely.
yeah, I was also thinking the Kim K thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little weird. And it
It
just
was,
I at
if,
the interviewer, she was like, "Oh, is this giving ode to Britney?" She was like, "It's actually Britney's dress."
yeah.
You're right that just doing it, wearing the dress, like if it was a Gossip Girl event or something, that would
Hmm.
make sense. Like it would
Oh,
just be like
absolutely.
it would go along with the vibe. It wouldn't be a little weird. It wouldn't give like the side eyes, but having like any sort of like domestic violence, mental health kind of
Hmm.
thing, and then paying ode to Britney, that just seems a little weird.
Yeah, that's
That would
where,
almost being like wearing something domestic, like violence related to fucking
yeah.
Rihanna, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh God. Um. Oh God. Like that's where I feel like Britney. If Britney should have got upset at anyone, I would have got upset at Blake, because that.
And not fucking Halsey.
Yes. Like you gave permission to Halsey to use your song and have creative control over a video, and
Well, I'm wondering if like maybe she didn't if someone spoke on her behalf.
Right, and just signed everything over because she doesn't actually have
Because
she
don't a
doesn't
lot of the
have the
times, like
rights
the
to
record
approve it.
labels, yeah,
Yeah.
like the record labels own your shit, or like a
Yeah.
lot of the times, I guess that's everyone's each individual deal, but
Right.
maybe they gave the rights away, just like fucking JoJo Siwa stealing everyone's songs.
I made
Don't.
the
Oh,
windmill. Ooh!
her newest fucking song and dance sucks. It's so
Oh,
bad, but
ugh.
uh, I just yeah, I would be getting more mad at Blake. That just seems a little weird. But like, does she also give it like permission to wear Britney's dress? Like, where did she get this dress from? Where are these dresses that people
Right.
are
I
just
know it's.
randomly wearing?
I
Are
know.
they like
Well,
in a museum of sorts and people like just like, ooh, I would like to wear this?
right with Marilyn Monroe's, that one
It
I
was
didn't
in a
understand because that was in an actual museum.
yeah,
Um, in that one I do not understand how they she
because
got the
that's
rights to
like a
wear
exactly, and
it.
especially with knowing her body shape in
Yeah.
comparison to Marilyn, that was just off. I do think it's fine for I just would
With
have chose a different
yeah.
dress. I don't think I would have wore someone else's dress like with a big name attached, like a Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Like this was Britney's dress for, such an iconic event. Like people are going to remember this dress. And obviously
No.
the reporter immediately knew.
No. Yeah.
Um, she immediately commented on it. So I just don't think I would have wore something with another artist's
Hmm.
um name attached to it. Just wear something with like, custom made with a different brand. Like,
Right. Or have Versace because it was a Versace dress.
yeah,
Contact them because you have that power to be like, Versace, make me a dress.
exactly.
You could have easily said, hey, I want a replica of something similar to this specific dress that you made in 2002. And they could have even recreated it, not taken her actual dress and just resized it.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna have something iconic
Hmm.
and ha- uh it should be put away and not
Yes.
reworn by other people. Like I know Kim K, she has this massive like freaking storage unit of all of her like
Hmm.
previous outfits, and she knows where she's worn it, how long she's worn it,
Yep.
all of that info. um I think having something like that to keep the memories of those things, especially since a lot of it is just custom made,
Right.
and I just don't think that should be an option to wear, especially such an iconic piece like the Marilyn
Yeah.
Monroe dress. I don't think that should have been worn by anyone just
No,
left to
never.
admire. I get the appeal and wanting to wear something so iconic, but it's not worth ruining such an iconic dress and just in the
Hmm.
name of fashion. I get that the fashion industry is like crazy and stupid.
And it was
I'm not
it's
very fashionable, so
yeah,
like
like you have to look at it too, like not only is it iconic at that moment, that is a piece of history, not only because
yeah,
she's Marilyn Monroe's deceased, but she wore that while singing to the president at the time.
yeah. And that's one of like her most iconic
Kind of, yeah,
moments is Happy Birthday, Mr. President.
yeah.
Everyone
So
knows that.
that should have, I mean, it was in the Smithsonian and that should have stayed in the Smithsonian. That should have never came out.
Absolutely.
That should have, you should have taken a picture, went to a designer and said, hey, make me a replica.
Yeah. In her size where she doesn't have to go on crazy crash diets just to be able
Yeah.
to fit into a dress. Like within a couple weeks, she lost like 16 pounds to be able to fit into it.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy on your body, and you're not promoting.
she still didn't fit.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just too crazy. She couldn't even really move without it going to be busting up a seam and
Hmm.
stretching out the fabric, which is already very old fabric, so it's very
Yeah.
easily damaged with the wrong movement. I think that's it's just sad. I mean, I'm sure Blake is not gonna wouldn't have ruined it that bad. I know she did have to size it up, but
Oh,
still, like,
yeah.
how would you even get that fabric? I the same type of fabric to be able to size up? I
Right. And like, I don't like, obviously, Blake is not no size two, but she's also not like, she's not like a plus size person.
oh,
But
obviously, she nowhere close. But you know what? It can be deceiving We don't
Oh,
know what her
right.
body is. I've seen girls who are like, look bigger than me that are wearing smaller pants, and I'm like, the
Hmm.
fuck.
Like I like, not to be rude to Blake, but I believe she's somewhere between a size 12 and a size 18.
Oh, I wouldn't go as high as 18, but
Not as
you
high,
know,
but like I could see her as a 14, 16.
who knows? Yeah,
Right.
it's
I mean, she did just have a baby, so she does have that baby weight. And
still
uh,
looks so good though. I'd
oh
still
yeah,
kill to look like her.
I,
I
hell, if
I'm
I look that
I
good,
still love the Gossip Girl era, so like I just finished watching all of that. I love Gossip Girl. I still think she's
right?
quite iconic. Um, I think she's quite timeless. Like she still looks fantastic for her age, but she
Mm,
is aging. She's no longer a young chicken. Neither is Brittany.
no. Oh
Oh,
God,
also
no.
with Halsey, she's just talking about aging and things. She's also gone through a lot of like health issues and like
Hmm.
really scary things. And I mean, that can also take a toll on someone. She still looks fantastic. I know she's also
I
had a
th-
child.
yeah, I think that's why Halsey wanted the rights to that song so much, is
Yeah.
because she has gone through a lot that is relatable to Britney. A little
Yeah.
different, like Britney did have an abortion, but Halsey had a miscarriage on stage
Yep.
during a performance.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I believe she did have an abortion as well too. I can't remember. Maybe that
I
was speculation. I can't remember.
I mean,
But
it is possible, especially when you're in the public eye and wanting to be a pop star. You
oh,
can't
absolutely.
exactly come out the gate pregnant, right?
No, God,
I mean,
no.
take a look at Britney's sister, Jamie Lynn. Like,
Oh, God.
she was doing great with Zoe 101 and all of
Hmm.
her shit, and then she got pregnant and fell off the face of the earth, and now everything she
Yeah.
does is fucking cringe. Like, even Zoe
I,
102,
oh, God, that was terrible.
it was terrible.
I
I was
am,
so excited to watch it because I was like, "Oh my god, it's gonna take me back." I will say, watching that, Jamie definitely looked her age. I think they were trying to portray her as younger than what she was, but man, she looked old. Quinn, however, looked phenomenal.
oh,
The
good.
person who plays Quinn, she's
Yeah.
beautiful because she was like the more nerdy girl that
Yes,
her and
yes.
Logan were. She looks fantastic. Um, I thought that was such a terrible thing, and even when fucking
I'm,
Jamie Lynn was on stage performing one of Britney's songs,
oh,
and
God,
that
that
was
was
just so weird.
bad.
It was
It
just
was so
awful.
cringe. And here's Brittany, like, yeah, oh,
Just lightly, right? Like she
I,
fucking looked like she hated that.
I'm fully convinced still that the director of Zoe 101 is the actual father of Jamie Lynn's kid.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely gonna get more into that one because that's a planned episode there talking about the whole
Yep.
Nickelodeon and Dan Schneider and
Drake
Brian
Bell.
Peck and all of those people. There's just so much shit to talk about with,
Yep.
the entire Nickelodeon crew, even Amanda Bynes.
Oh,
That's a whole topic on its own. But yeah, I'm definitely more on the side that Dan got Jamie pregnant
pregnant.
and they had to cover it up with Jamie's then boyfriend.
Yep.
Um, because that kid is looking a little like a Schneider at this point, and
Little sluss.
yeah, it's a little sus here. So that's going to be on a completely different episode. But stay tuned for that. 'Cause that's going to be there's a lot of shit. 'Cause there's been a whole documentary coming out with that, and
Hmm.
in regards to Brittany and Halsey, and that is just comical. I think Brittany
It very much is.
just very much emotionally reacted, and
Yep.
I'm just glad that Brittany came to some senses, and there
Yeah.
was no lawsuit in regards to
She calmed
how
down.
Halsey chose to recreate Lucky. I think she
Hmm.
did a fantastic job. I still think Brittany's gonna have some good shit coming for us. She has to. I feel like she
I
has to
hope
make a
so.
really good comeback and not just with like Vegas residencies,
No.
Um, I think she should do something
I,
crazy and come up with some good music.
you know what would be insane? Because I know there's been talks about it for a couple of years now, about the Spice Girls coming back.
That'd be so fucking dope.
Britney and the Spice Girls World Tour.
That would be so much fun. Yeah.
I would die. And then on the other hand, you got NSYNC and Backstreet Boys doing a world tour. Whew, my 90s heart.
I I'm still, and also there's another one that I just randomly want to talk about.
Mhm.
The Hanson brothers. So,
Ah! Yes.
do you want to know what my favorite thing in the entire world is? Is
What?
that growing up, uh, Zach and Taylor were like the good looking brothers, and
Oh,
Isaac
yes.
was like the ugly brother.
And it
Now,
switched.
Isaac is fucking daddy, man.
He is
He's
hot.
got, he's so hot, and the other two, I'm like, ugh! I'm
The
so
other two are
repulsed by their
just
so
so
ugly.
old
Sorry,
and
they're just
so.
not. It's not
Oh.
good. It is not good. But like Isaac, he's pretty good looking now,
Daddy?
and it's so funny. It is so funny the entire switch of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I don't ever want to be a pop star.
Mm.
I don't
I
ever want to go through that shit, that
I
life.
did I did
Mm-mm.
at one point. Now working in that industry and everything, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm past.
Yeah, I just no, thank you. I don't even want to be like some sort of like influencer. I just don't want people being nosy and putting their faces into my life and my business,
Into
and
your butt.
some people can get into my butt,
Which, side note,
but
Blake did an interview and it was posted yesterday. An interviewer asked if a fan or someone wanted to ask, connected with the movie It Ends With Us, and wanted to contact her or ask her about, whatever, like not in that sense, like I know where the interviewer was coming from, but he worded it incorrectly. But her response was so tone deaf and so, oh god, she was like, do they want my address? Do they want my phone number? How about my social security number? uh
truthfully, that's how I would
I,
respond.
I was just like, girl, like, oh, like I understand, like, because that kind of brings back like when people would tell, like, specifically Marianas Trench, oh, you saved my life, and Josh got so pissed off about that, which I totally understand because like
He gets
he
pissy
didn't
over
save your
anything
life.
though.
Yeah, I mean
That's
he.
that. But to ask that, so I even like for people that can see the camera, I even made a little face saying, kind of giving off the impression like, ooh, why would he
Yeah.
ask that? Like, obviously they know that there's social media, but any large star like
Hmm.
um Brittany, Halsey, Blake, Ryan, they're not going to be able to see your messages. So like, why
No.
would you ever say to reach out? The only one
Right.
stupid enough that to do that was Aaron Carter, and he said, "Oops, bad idea," and changed his phone number real quick.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
granted,
a reason
I
why
had his
people don't
number.
do that shit. Oh, I remember having it too at one point. I never
I
called it.
Oh, no, no, not that number. I actually
Oh,
had
like the other phone. Yeah, okay. But
his
no, yeah, at
most
one point he
his
gave out
most
his phone number
recent.
for fans to call. And that was like a big thing. It was like viral many, many moons ago.
Oh, no,
And he was
no,
like, I
yeah,
just want
yeah.
fans to be able to connect with me. And oh my God. It just,
Yeah.
but there's a reason. So like I kind of see why that's, even when you say like she's tone deaf,
Yeah.
because I also would not have clued in with the Britney, and that is just in poor taste to wear this. I would have been like, "Oh,
Right.
that's a cute dress. Yeah, I want to wear that," and not even think anything of it. Um,
Right.
and just like her answer to that, I also would give the exact same answer, being like, "Well, what do you want?" Like,
Right.
it's because like I'm sassy like that though, so
Right.
it's just like that's a stupid question. Like,
I
obviously he
think
did
like
word that poorly, but I feel like he's looking for like helpline info, like that she must
yes,
have drilled in her head. Uh,
and she
But that
doesn't.
just it sounds, yeah. I mean, for this kind of movie, but she's also been known not to portray what the original view was, like on domestic violence.
Yeah.
She was trying to portray like a different viewing of the film. So like,
Hmm.
as where Justin might have that kind of information stuck into his head, uh, she clearly does not.
No.
But even still, okay, what another part of this that I want to say is, in an interview, they had said like, so good, like, are we going to see like a part two? And he's like, I think there are other people better suited for this.
Oh
That's
yeah.
where he's saying like, "Fuck no, I'm not being a part of this for a second time.
No.
Like, fuck this."
Like he
So,
will if it comes to production, which at this point I don't think it will. Um just because of that, he would still have to be a part of the cast. His character is still very prominent in the second book.
oh,
So he would
they'd
still
have to change. They'd have to change actors
they
if if he really or if they really wanted
or
to recreate.
or they would have to rewrite it and not have his character be active
Yeah,
and just do like, oh, Ryle, because that's his name in the movie. Oh, Ryle did this XYZ, but not actually show it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they can work around it, but that was just really funny, and thought I would note that you can definitely tell that he's just so over this that it's not his film anymore. It
Yeah.
really does give me that same vibe. What is that film? Harry Styles and
Yes.
Florence Pugh. Anyways, that is very much giving the same vibes because there was a lot of drama with that and Olivia Wilde, because Harry and Olivia were dating, and it's giving the same kind of vibe because on the red
Don't
carpet,
worry, darling.
I was like, I knew it was something darling,
Yep. Don't
but
worry, darling. It very much is giving don't worry, darling.
that was also not a good film. It was
No, it
terrible.
was terrible.
It was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But that's the same vibe that I'm getting for it, and that's why I'm like, I don't think I want to see this.
Mm-mm.
So I will
Yeah.
definitely, I've definitely watched the Halsey video. I think she did a great job with that. But for Blake and just doing Blake things,
Yeah.
I won't watch it. I just don't think it's something that's up my alley. I'm glad you watched it though. I'm glad you got it because I know that you said you were a fan of the book. So I
Yeah.
didn't even know it was a book.
Yeah. It's funny because I read the book about 2 months ago in anticipation for the film, and it, it, I just I have my thoughts. I mean, it's not that it was a bad movie. It just they could have done a lot more.
Yeah, I think that's what the general consensus that I've seen online is that they could have done more. There was obviously some missing things. I don't know
Hmm.
fuck all about it. I This is the most that I know about what's supposed to happen in the film. Like I don't even know character names, nada. I knew who Justin Baldoni was from
Hmm.
Jane the Virgin, but
Which I didn't even know
that's
he
really
was
it.
in that.
Oh, he is like the main
Oh
character,
God,
man. It
I
was
didn't
so
even.
good. I love the Gina Rodriguez
I mean,
as
Justin
Jane.
Baldoni
She's
is
so good.
Justin Baldoni. Whew, that man is
He
attractive.
he is very attractive. He is a
Whew,
good-looking man. It
seeing him
just
shirtless, drooled. I drooled.
That's where I'm like, give me a big boy. That's what will make me
Uh,
drool, not the muscled up guys.
I don't know. Like I'm a little bit of both, but like, oh, I just wanted to lick his six pack.
That does not surprise me with you. It would make me want to throw up though. Ending on that note, as I don't want to actually throw up on camera or on this show. So thank you for tuning in to this episode, all on the Brittany Halsey drama and the Blake and Brittany and Blake and Justin drama that's been happening. Um, it's a good time. Hope you had fun discussing this with us. If you have any more
Oh
opinions,
yeah,
please let us know.
give us some
And we'll see
ideas.
you in the next episode.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.